Now let's make our own design. Kumiki is a code-aided design library. All Kumiki frames are designed using code. I'll make no speculations about our future here, but AI is really good at writing code, so we'll use AI to generate our Kumiki designs today. VS Code ships with Copilot, the AI coding agent, and if you sign up for an account, it will give you enough free tokens to make a simple frame design. Since I ran out of tokens already for Copilot, I'll be using Claude, which I have a subscription for. You can use any coding agent you want. Now let's ask the agent to build us a sawhorse. Let's make a sawhorse out of 5-inch by 5-inch timbers. Start by creating two 2-foot parallel feet resting horizontally on the ground 4 feet apart. So we see Claude created sawhorse.py. To open the pattern, you can go back to the Kigumi Explorer and press the refresh button here in the upper right corner. And here our new frame will show up. It created 2 feet that are 2 feet long each and spaced 4 feet apart. In the center of these feet, place posts that are 2 feet tall to form the legs of the sawhorse. After making changes to your design, the Kigumi viewer will detect that there are changes, and this refresh button will show up at the top. You can see now we've created 2 posts that sit atop of the feet. Now, you may notice that there's a gap between the legs and the feet. There's no need to worry about this, as when we create joints, posts will be extended, or timbers rather, will be extended into the members that they join into. Then connect the top of the posts with a 6-foot beam to form the back of the horse. Now let's add a support beam between the 2 legs. Use the join timbers function to join the midpoint of the 2 legs together. That should ensure it's in the right place. It's not complicated. And here's exactly what we want. And look, even created us a cute little ASCII diagram. As we continue to develop on Kumiki, the agent instructions and documentation will get better, so it'll have an easier and easier time figuring this out on its own. Of course, no matter what, it's helpful to know the inner workings of Kumiki yourself, or to start understanding them slowly over time so that you can better prompt the agent. Now that the basic shape of our sawhorse is done, let's join everything together using joints. Connect the posts to the feet and the posts to the beam using mortise and tenon joints. Secure them in place with a 1-inch square peg. Alright, and we can see now it has created mortise and tenon joints connecting the posts to the feet and the posts to the beam. And as you can see, the posts have been extended to reach the feet, just like I mentioned earlier. Now it's clear that these tenons are oriented the wrong way, so let's go ahead and ask the agent to fix it. Looks good, except the tenons are oriented the wrong way. The longer dimension of the tenon should be in alignment the length axis of the mortise timber. You need to swap the 2 dimensions on all the tenons. And you can see now all the tenons have been oriented the correct way, and these are exactly the joints that we want. Now, there are a couple more changes that we would like to make here. Rather than asking the agent to make the changes, I'll show you how to make the changes directly in code. So for example, here we see that the tenons are reaching out the surface of the beam. We want them to stop a little bit short so that we have a smooth surface on the top of the beam. Let's go into sawhorse.py and look up mortise and tenon to see where the mortise and tenon joints are being created. So left post beam joint and right post beam joint are going to correspond to this joint here and this joint here. You can see one of the parameters is tenon length, and it's being set to 5. So let's go ahead and change both the tenon length and the mortise depth to 4. In fact, if you want to be a little bit pedantic here, we can put 4.25 as the mortise depth so that there's a little bit of clearance in our fit. Let's save the file and go back to the viewer. And you can see now that the tenons have been cut a little bit short of the top of the beam. As you can see, Kumiki code is really not that complicated. Even if you are unfamiliar with programming, you should find it pretty easy to come in here and take a look at all the joint properties and make simple changes like the ones that we just did. Alright, there's one more member for us to join. Now we could use mortise and tenon joints here, but let's take a look at the pattern book and see what other joints are available to us. Let's take a look at the wedged half dovetail mortise and tenon joint. This joint is especially strong and a little bit more interesting than the mortise and tenon joint. Let's go ahead and use this joint to join the stretcher to the post. Join the stretcher to the post using the wedged half dovetail mortise and tenon joint. Make sure there is a wedge, and let's have the wedge come in from the outside. Okay, and that's a wrap. This is our Sawhorse. It didn't take very long to make, and it looks pretty good to me. Please give Kumiki and Kigumi a try yourself, and share your designs and feedback in the comments below. Kumiki is still in beta, so your feedback will be really important to help us improve the product. And if you'd like to see more content like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. Your support and feedback will really help us make Kumiki an awesome product for everyone to use and keep it free forever.